tell us what you did and how we could do it ourselves.
Scoring, especially if you're going into an organization, I would say my current company right now, Porus, was actually, they had a lot of data. They had, with any hypergrowth startup, the data is always going to be an issue. The company I used to work for before had nothing in place. And so I did sort of, in both situations, the same sort of approach, since it works so well during my first go at it. But when a company doesn't have a lot of data, you start with basically the people in the company, the people that are sitting at the forefront of sales meetings and booking meetings, closing deals. So it starts with a conversation, really. Actually, twofold. If there is data, look in the data to see, who are the types of people, titles-wise, what companies are they from, what industry are they from, is there an annual revenue pattern with some of the companies that these people are coming from? And it's just taking a sampling of, let's say 10. I use the term ASTAT a lot when I don't have time to really dig through the details and the metrics, especially if the data is muddy. So I just do a random sampling, maybe let's say, 10 random close one deals. And I really dig through and I see sort of what are the patterns, how many touch points, how many stakeholders are involved, what are their titles, what's their level of seniority, again, what industry, are they from SaaS, are they from manufacturing, are they from fintech? So those are basically the demographic attributes, what is an ICP essentially. And then the other part of that is behavioral. What are they doing? What are they downloading? Is it a demo? Is it a trial? Are they downloading, a specific type of content that centers around a theme? For us, it might be sales methodology or sales enablement, playbooks and how to create them. Are they, starting small with, visiting, 10 sites on the web page and then attending an on-demand webinar and then doing a demo? What's their pattern? So you build this all up, and honestly, you just start with a Google sheet or an Excel sheet, and you just map it all out. What are the things that you want people to fill out on forms? So it's their business email address, their title, their company, and then you sort of build a very simple numeric matrix, and you set a threshold for what you want an MQL to be. So, for my previous experience, it's fluctuated between 35 and 40. And that's basically your trigger for letting sales or BDRs know that, hey, this person has done enough actionable things on our website or interacting with our content, and they have the right demographic attributes to say, hey, this person is ready to be reached out to. Do they want to take a meeting? Do they want to learn more? Let's talk to them, So we built that out. I started with 3, I think a lot of the times in my background, everyone seems to go at it very complicated. There's 7 stages, SQL, SAL, MQL, inquiry, engaged. So when you're starting out with just building a very base level V1 version, I like to do V1, V2, iterate off of that. I just started small, inquiry, engaged, MQL. You let that run for a couple of months and you see what's coming through and you adjust. Is the threshold too high? Is this really a true MQL? And then on a V2, you can start iterating with removing score from someone. So if someone matches, a specific title, but they submit a personal address and they're from a great company, but they don't match a title that is considered high value for us, you detract scores from that. So that's when things get a little bit sophisticated. It's really fun to see sort of what nets out. And then you build from that. So whether or not you're using a marketing automation platform is, sort of more on the simpler side, like HubSpot, which they also have a manual scoring model that you just literally plug and play. And Marketo, we just moved ours to Marketo. That's a little bit more sophisticated. Same thing though. It's, seems daunting, but it's really not. You can always change it. I think the cool thing is you just sort of see what happens and then you go from there. And that's really been the foundation for the way that we run our CRM and then the way that we run all of our lead nurture programs.
That is exciting. So, just real quick, you're starting with 10 to get the ICP. Like that seems super low to me. Did that feel good when you were testing it out?
Sorry, can you say the question again?
Oh yeah, no. So you're starting with 10 close one deals to get the initial customer profile. Like, did that feel enough?
You know what? For the company that I'm in right now, it did. For someone, it just depends on the company, obviously, and also depends on the state of the data. So yeah, you can do, I mean, for a bigger company, you can start with, 20 to 30. It just depends. If you're starting literally from nothing, that's just, what I choose from as a great place to start.